right, so welcome back to the A to Z challenge. We are all the way up to N for new ideas and O for overproduction. One of the things that happens as you're writing is you have a tendency, or I have a tendency more specifically, to make too many new ideas. Now, this is mostly okay. This isn't really like a real problem, like a for real problem, but it does cause this problem whereby you have these new ideas and they're pretty cool, but you're never going to be able to write them. So there's that. Ooh, that's a little better. So when you have these new ideas, it's helpful to understand that not all of them are going to make it to production. In fact, right now, if I were going to write nothing but the ideas that I've already had that are already works in progress, I would not need a new idea for about 5 or 6 years. As in, I would not need another thing to work on and still be completing everything that I've gotten myself into for about 6 years. So my career path is actually pretty well defined for the next 6 years, unless there are some major, major changes. They could happen. I'm open to it, but I'm not counting on it. So you're going to find that you have you're going to way overproduce new ideas. Um, and so you're going to have to let some of that stuff go. You're just going to have to be like, well, you're an okay idea, but that's sort of the way that it goes. Sometimes you have things that make it to the finals, and sometimes you don't. You have a bunch of people who try out for the Olympics, and not everyone makes it, which is really hard. But you're not a new idea, so you can cut them, and it shouldn't really hurt anybody, except maybe that poor new idea. Poor little new idea. You're gonna cut it. Um, but you also need to spend a bit of time thinking about what new ideas you do produce. What do you do with them? These are ideas that when you put them into novel format, you will be working with for a very long time. Even ones that you think are just like practice, or things that you think, oh, I'll just give this a shot and see how it goes. I did that with a novel that I wrote in 2011, and it's published, and I'm writing the sequel. And I will be writing sequels for a little while now. So, you know, it lasts. So be careful what you pick. So when you're picking, try to pick things that are in your wheelhouse. So figure out the things that it is that you do well. I'm not saying stick to those things only. Just know that if you're firing on those cylinders all the time, you're going to drive a slightly better story, because if that's what you're good at, you want to be the best at it. So go forth, pick the things you're good at, and go from there. Uh, the other reason for this is that you're going to want to cultivate an audience that's going to like not one, not two, but all of your books. So you need to not be throwing them curveballs, right? Like, I've done that. Don't do that. It does not end well. You want to pick the things that you're good at and go with it. Find the people who like that and make them into your audience. All right. So if you have any questions about that and about audiences or picking new ideas, leave them in the comments. This one can get kind of interesting, and it's sort of a per basis, but yeah, you have to figure out what you're good at. So do that too. And just understand that you're going to have way more new ideas than you're ever going to be producing into novels, because everyone overproduces new ideas. Good luck. All right. Trying to do this with the wrong hand. Oh, there we go. Yay.